Taurus, welcome to your June 2023 mid-month reading here. We're just going to go ahead and jump straight in like always. If you're new to the channel, be sure to also check your sun, moon, rising, and your Venus sign. You may find that there's additional messages in those readings, especially if you know what your placements are and what they mean. And the reason why is because this first row, we're going to take a look at your career, your ambition, and your goals at this time. I think some of you guys are stressing. You may even kind of feel like a failure right now. There's something here that's very disappointing. It's almost as if you're stressing about something. Of course, we're going to clarify and see what's going on. But in the second row, let's take a look at your relationships here. Let's see. I feel like when it comes to your relationships, there's there's something here that's requiring patience and you to be able to adapt accordingly. So it kind of feels like it's like a flowy type of thing. Now, when I read this row, it's more than just like romantic, right? If romance comes out, or if there's indication of cards that point to romance, then of course I'll talk about it. However, just like off the top, when I'm, pulling out the cards, I'm just channeling what comes straight in. And then as we clarify and stuff, we get more deeper into it. But with that Temperance, Nine of Wands, and the Page of Wands here, there's something that you're adapting to and adjusting to here. It's requiring patience. You may even feel quite drained, or there could be some sort of adversity here that you're facing. But it's like through this process of like trial and error here that you're sort of figuring out how to adapt to your relationships or a relationship here. So, but that Page of Wands here, if you've been sort of like drained or exhausted, or just sort of feeling like challenged a bit more than you're used to lately, Taurus, I feel like with that Page of Wands being in the outcome position, that this could be you regaining like your sort of like your confidence, like your ability to feel like positive again, or it feels like a boost of morale here. So we'll see what that is. And something, it does look like there's some type of like there's like a boost of positive energy behind it. So this last row, we're going to take a look at any additional messages that want to come through from your guides. All right, you have the Fool, the Knight of Cups, and you also have the Queen of Wands here. Some of you, I'm kind of getting with this Fool card, is like to embrace more of a carefree kind of attitude. Not like reckless, but some of you may kind of judge yourself or criticize yourself a little bit too much, or sort of put too many limitations upon yourself or restrictions upon yourself, towards like you're not really able to flow and you're not really able to feel sort of free. And the Fool card is like telling you to kind of loosen up a bit here, especially like if you're heading towards something, or if you're wanting to do something here creatively. And this could even be in regards to love and romance, is what I'm starting to pick up here with that Knight of Cups, Queen of Wands. It's like you need to trust your heart more. You need to learn how to follow your intuition a little bit more here, and not be so serious about everything. Let's pull your oracle cards. You got enjoy where you are, for soon you will be somewhere else. So it's interesting. It's almost like, what do they say? They say, this too shall pass. It's almost, if you're experiencing adversity, stress, anxiety, Five of Cups also like depression, or just feeling just down in the dumps, maybe even feeling like a failure in some certain things, or just disappointed, maybe even upset, angry. Four Swords here, though. I feel like you'll quickly move through this. And this too, I feel like your career and your relationships are sort of at odds. It's like, I'm not saying one is causing the other, but it does feel that there's stress with both, with your relationships and like your career and your ambitions and your goals and stuff. And so yeah, let's keep it going. Let's keep it going, Taurus. Let's keep it going. Let's keep it going. You have the Sun card. It says Source. So this is really helping you evolve all of this here. The Sun is like telling you to also focus on the positivity, right? And hear me out, because I know you hear that a lot, but just imagine the Sun card in your mind, the tarot card. right? So what that sun represents in the actual card, which is right here on the card, is that the sun it represents sort of like the rays of positivity, the rays of warmth, the rays of happiness here. And sometimes it's like we let things get the best of us here, and it sort of makes us do things or act in ways that typically are out of, character in a way, not really us. So I feel like the sun card is like wanting you to sort of just, it's not necessarily just like allowing, but allow yourself to be able to be, right? Even with that Fool card here. Because I'm almost picking up, it's almost as if you're letting too many things like come into your energy to where you're not being yourself, right? Or maybe something is like making you not feel like yourself. So, and I feel like a lot of people depend on you as well, Taurus. I mean, the sun is the central anchor of the solar system, right? Of our solar system. So it's at the center. What that symbolizes is reliability, leadership, strength. So let's take a look, my friend. You have this balance card with the Libra symbol. So yeah, there could be definitely some balancing acts that you're having to do here. I feel like it's in regards to like career and relationships is where you're having to sort of find the balance here or bring things back into order. You have this flag devotion here as well. So yeah, yep, devotion is like commitment, right? We claim something, we commit to something, and it can test our strength, it can test our morale, it can test our abilities. But I feel like you'll be fine. I feel like it's one of those situations where you move through quickly. It's interesting. Every time like the sun squares Neptune, it kind of brings like a sort of messy energy. Things feel confusing. As of yesterday or today-ish, kind of like, we have sun square Neptune, just depending on when you're watching this video. And sun square Neptune can bring confusion. You have to remember that Mercury is also close to the sun. They're both in Gemini. So the way our mental process at this time is being clouded by Neptune, right? And so sometimes with sun square Neptune, it's best to just kind of go with the flow of things, try to relax. The more you try to get in your mind, the more it's going to drive you insane. So that's why the sun's here is like sometimes you just got to let things be and allow, the universe to resolve them, because you can't control everything. So let's take a look, my friend. Let's keep going, Taurus. Let's clarify this. Let's see what this is. Because look at this. Right? Your career, your ambition, and your goals. Nine of Swords, the stress, overwhelming, sort of a lot of things on your mind. Possibly a lot of things you got to do. Nine of Swords is one of those cards where it's telling you to. Sorry. Okay. Nine of Swords. I had a burp. Nine of Swords is one of those cards where it's telling you to focus on one thing at a time. Right? If you allow your mind to become too scattered, you allow yourself to become overwhelmed, it just builds nothing but stress, anxiety, tension. So, and the Five of Cups is like, it's like you're wanting to go with things, right? Like you're wanting to initiate things. You're wanting to take action. You're wanting to do something. You're wanting to use your energy efficiently, I'm feeling. But it's like something is kind of blocking it. And honestly, I think it's the astrology right now. I think it's Sun square Neptune. It can be confusing. So the Four of Swords is like one of those cards, like I think that you're just going to be allowing yourself to just be, right? And things will rebalance themselves naturally. So let's go ahead and clarify. What are you doing? What are you doing? I got a dog. For the ones that don't know, his name is Neo. And I am his Morpheus. Clarify this Nine of Swords, Eight of Wands here. Clarify the Five of Cups, the Magician. Oop. I feel like it's like a surrendering process. You're having to transmute anger, frustration, sadness, pain. And the best thing I feel right now, Taurus, I mean, you can do whatever you want to do, but with that Four of Swords, the Nine of Swords, Eight of Swords, I ain't trying to tell you what to do. This is more so just allowing things to sort of resolve themselves. Sometimes you can get in your own way with things, and maybe there's really just nothing you could do at this time, but just to allow yourself to meditate, to contemplate, to be reflective, and figure out sort of what's the best course of action at the right time. So, because I feel like your mind right now is definitely trying to figure out what makes sense right now, and it's hard to tell. Clarify this Temperance. Five of Swords. Could be some disputes in your relationships here, disagreements. Five of Swords usually when you have a clash, right? There's a clash in values with others, and it's kind of like throwing in the white towel, right? It's just like kind of giving up in a way and just sort of letting things naturally resolve themselves. It's almost like if you have a big fight and you blow up on one another. It's kind of like just give it time to like let the energy settle. It's kind of like one of those. It's kind of like a feeling I'm getting here. It's like with your relationships, in the area of your relationships, is like you're having to sort of restore peace after disagreements, after I don't want to say cutting off, but it could be. Three of Swords, Nine of Wands. Yeah, I think this is affecting you. And I feel like you're trying to let things, patience is definitely needed. Bringing things back into equilibrium is definitely needed. A lot of Mars energy going on for you right now, Taurus, because Mars is one of those planets that upsets the equilibrium, right? It's the maverick in the sky, Mars. Unpredictable. Moves a lot. So it upsets the equilibrium of things. And I feel like in regards to your relationships, it's like you're having to bring things back into equilibrium. But I think things will naturally resolve themselves. Clarify this Page of Wands, the King of Cups. Yeah, there's love, there's devotion here. You got devotion. King of Cups is the most devoted person in the tarot deck. Very strong devotion, unconditional love. I think things will get right back on track here. It's just like, and some of you're having to have, you're having to reinforce self-love, especially when it comes to certain relationships that have crossed your boundaries, right? So I feel with that King of Cups and the Page of Wands, this is sort of you moving through that heartbreak, disappointment, maybe even anger and frustration, and sort of getting back on the horse is what it feels like to me. So Sun square Neptune can bring projections, confusion. That's why, especially because the dispositor of Gemini, where the sun is Mercury, right? Mercury is in Gemini, and it's home sign. So our minds are confused. There's like internal projection. There's external projection. Like things are not adding up, not making sense. But you're not going to be able to do anything until it takes a couple of days at least. So clarify. But if you're watching this and it's like it's been like a week after, then this is more so like a reflective energy. If I'm being honest with you. The Fool card and the Devil is the message here. Additional messages coming through. Yeah, the Fool card and the Devil is like literally liberating yourself from situations where you feel restricted, right? It's not like you're just like telling, it's not like you're rudely doing it, but it is like some sort of pivot that you're going to have to make in order for you to kind of get out of this devil energy, feeling restricted, not feeling happy, feeling like something is controlling you or, not giving you that sense of freedom that you want, because the Sun card always feels free. There's a reason why Sun and Saturn don't like each other. So clarify that Knight of Cups, Ten of Pentacles here. I think it's wanting you to focus on the bigger picture at play here. I think a lot of you, you're letting something sort of get the best of you. That's what it feels like. And there's a lot of positivity that you can actually focus on. And by kind of getting back to the carefree attitude, and sort of just allowing yourself to be and let things be, focus on the positive, I think that's the best thing to do, because you're actually building something here in your life that's going to be amazing, but it's really just not allowing sort of like that devil on your shoulder to get the best of you, right? To convince you, right? Sometimes, we gotta listen to the angel. And the Queen of Wands, the King of Swords, also is like telling you to stay focused, stay fixated on being the one that you create your own happiness, right? Outside sources and stuff like that, yeah, they can make you happy, but at the end of the day, you create your own happiness. So that's what I got for you, Taurus. Straight to the point. And yeah, I feel like this too shall pass, my friend. And yeah, if you want to book a personal reading with me, that link's down below in the description. Everything's on the website. You use a different spread, of course, but that's because it's tailored to your specific question that you have. They've been a lot of fun. I'd love to do one for you if you want one. And yeah, if this video resonated with you, be sure to hit that thumbs up, and I will talk to y'all later.